When you think of some of the things that Northamptonshire's famous for, instantly one of the things that springs to mind is, of course, the shoe industry. The county's love affair with footwear spans for hundreds and hundreds of years, but there's no doubt there aren't as many shoes made in the county or even shoe companies left as, say, 75 years ago. Around 100 years ago, where I'm standing now would have been right at the very heart of the county's shoe industry. But we're told what is left now is thriving. So, on BBC Radio Northampton, we thought we'd take an in-depth look at the county's shoe industry at the moment. And what better place to start than how shoes are made these days and where they end up. We went to a company founded back in 1879, a company called Crockett & Jones from Northampton, to find out.
Welcome to the Clicking Room. My name is Richard Atterbury and I'm Clicking Room Supervisor. This is the very first stage of manufacture and my role is to supervise the Clicking Room so as to produce the cut sections of shoes to the very highest quality while adhering to set production targets. There is various people working in the department, as you can see. Clickers cutting by hand and clickers cutting by press. The preparation department is also within this room and they prepare the sections to go down to the closing department.
Welcome to the closing room. My name is Linda Owen. I run the closing room. As you can see, as you just come from the clicking room, the closing room is 3 times the size of the clicking room. And what we do in here, from this to this, where it finishes, and it goes through a process of different people. It will go from marking to punching, from bench work to fitting, to under trimming, to fancy stitching, and then it goes to passing.
Hello, welcome to the third stage of production. My name is Barry Quinn. From here we got the closed upper and match it up with the last and begin last in the upper. It then goes on to the making room where all the other components are put together, and when it leaves this room is near on a complete shoe.
Okay, welcome to the penultimate stage of Crockett & Jones finishing room. This is where we attach the heels and profile and finish off the edges. We start off basically by attaching some heels, walking through the department. We go to trimming and shaping of the heels, then moving on to 3 stages of scouring and trimming, moving on from there onto edge profiling, which is basically called edge trimming, where we give the shape a clean shape to the finish of the shoe. We move on from there to edge colouring, where we use basically 3 or 4 shades of brown depending on the type of shoe, and also a black as well. Moving on from there to applying of wax onto the edges of the soles to make them waterproof and also to give them a chance to shine up. That's the heels and the edges. From that stage we move on to something called bottom scouring, where we clean the bottoms of the sole in preparation and ready for the application of colour to the soles. The soles are then added there, the colour is attached to there. I move from there to what we call is our fine art finishing, which is application of nice wax edges just to make the sole look nice and finished. After that we come to the final stage of the shoe, to the finishing room, where we polish up the soles and the edges in preparation for moving on to the shoe room. Finally removing the covers so then they can be pushed through into the shoe room for the ultimate and finishing part of the shoes.
This is the final part of the shoe room. My name's Phil Brown, and in the shoe room here, this is where all the shoes end up at the final procedure of the factory. We go through the passing, the antiquing, and at the end they go through the boxing procedure out to the customers.
So they're made in Northampton and they come here, the fashion capital of the world, just off 5th Avenue in New York City. We
cater to people from all over the globe. We've got some customers that are very aware of the high quality of English goods. We have certain customers that have heard of our brand before but have never been able to see the product close up. Well, there are people that are heritage people that are very interested in the heritage of brands. These typically tend to be older gentlemen or some younger guys that have done some research on the web, and they're aware that Northampton is a shoemaking capital. But there are a lot of people that aren't aware, and we have to correct them that we're not made in London, we're actually made in Northampton. We have to tell them, that it's a very quick train ride from London. People equate English-made product with value and longevity.